On September 9, Israel launched airstrikes on Qatar, targeting senior leaders of Hamas. With these airstrikes, Israel has now targeted 6 Middle Eastern countries since the war began 2 years ago. Now, defense experts are asking the question whether Turkey would be the next country to be targeted by Israel. Turkey, like Qatar, is known for providing economic, diplomatic, operational, and ideological support to Hamas and has been hosting senior Hamas leaders for years. Just days before the airstrike on Qatar, Eyal Zamir, the Chief of General Staff of the Israel Defense Forces, had said, and I quote, "Most of Hamas leadership is abroad, and we will reach them as well." End quote. Now, Qatar is a major non-NATO ally of the United States and hosts the largest US military base in Middle East, housing 10,000 US soldiers. Qatar has bought billions of dollars of defense equipment from the US and recently also gifted a luxury Boeing jet to the US president. But all this did not deter Israel from attacking Qatar. But Turkey is not Qatar. It is a regional superpower, has a formidable air force, and has been part of the NATO alliance for over 7 decades. But Israel and Turkey did not always have frosty relations. In fact, Turkey was the first Muslim country to recognize Israel in 1949. For decades, Israel and Turkey enjoyed warm relations, even signing defense deals with each other, but all that changed when Erdogan rose to power in Turkey. At the 2009 World Economic Forum in Davos, Erdogan accused Israel of quote-unquote killing Palestinian babies before storming off the stage. In 2010, a flotilla of ships aided by the Turkish government attempted to breach Israel's naval blockade of Gaza and refused to halt despite warnings. The Israel forces fired, resulting in the death of 10 people. This incident fundamentally altered the Israel-Turkey relations. Turkey has never designated Hamas as a terrorist organization, and on October 25, 2023, just 2 weeks after the dastardly terrorist attack by Hamas, Erdogan said, and I quote, "Hamas is not a terrorist organization. It is a liberation group, Mujahideen, waging battle to protect its land and people." End quote. On the other hand, Erdogan strongly condemned the Israeli actions in Gaza after the October 7th attack. By December 2023, both Israel and Turkey had recalled their ambassadors from each other's countries. Turkey has been a safe haven for Hamas leadership at least since 2011. In 2015, Jihad Yagmour, a Hamas operative who played a role in the abduction of IDF soldier Nahshon Waxman, became Hamas representative to the Turkish government. In 2020, Turkey granted Ismail Haniyeh, the then chief of Hamas, Turkish citizenship along with his deputy Saleh al-Arouri. In July 2023, just a month before the October 7 attacks, Erdogan had hosted Ismail Haniyeh. Sadat, a private military contractor in Turkey, led by an Islamist general who is close to Erdogan, facilitates collaboration between Hamas and Turkey. Israel security officials believe that Sadat is responsible for supplying Hamas with weapons and material. Israel and Turkey are also at loggerheads in Syria since a Turkey-backed rebel group came to power in Syria in December 2024. Israel has attacked Syria multiple times since then. Now, it remains to be seen if Israel would take the same bold step as it took against Qatar and target Hamas leadership in Turkey.